Hello, world cities.
What we're seeing from the results of the index is that organized crime has been able to adapt to changes that we're seeing globally. So these are geopolitical changes as well as economic changes. You have mentioned some of these already. We're seeing a shift in the predominance of drug markets, where cocaine and synthetic drugs are surging. We're seeing a surge in non-violent forms of organized crime. We're talking about things such as financial crimes, cyber-dependent crimes. We're also seeing the growing influence of foreign and private sector actors who are now adapting to adapting their ways and so are forming alliances in order to increase their global footprint and are not so focused on the use of one particular territory. And as you mentioned before, we're seeing also declines in resilience to organized crime globally.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've been following what's happening in the country here with the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and our Parliament's ad hoc committee hearings into alleged criminality, corruption, and political interference in our criminal justice system. I mean, we now know of what is known as the Big Five drug cartel in the country that has infiltrated our criminal justice system, and those allegations have been taken very seriously, hence these investigations. But from what you are seeing as you put together this index, I mean, what's driving it? Here it looks like corruption and the infiltration of the criminal justice system is assisting organized crime.
That is true, Dan. What we're seeing, especially in terms of the measures that we conduct, so when we're looking at criminality, when we're looking at overall criminality, we're looking at the influence of criminal actors as well as the pervasiveness of criminal markets. In terms of criminal actors, we're finding that state-embedded actors are becoming more pervasive, are becoming more influential.
Well, shared by ANCA, says South Africa has been ranked 7th in the world for organized crime. It comes in behind countries like Mexico, Colombia, and the DR Congo, just ahead of Nigeria. Now, criminal networks are becoming more global and tech-savvy, while cooperation amongst countries weakened. Wow. South Africa is said to be ranked 7th on the world for organized crime. Wow. And they're saying that it comes in behind countries like Mexico, the Colombia, and the DR Congo. Wait, what? South Africa is more getting dangerous like that, and they're saying that they are just ahead of Nigeria. So you're telling me that you are talking about highly genocide rates and homicide issues. South Africa is now in the same level with the United States and Colombia and Mexico as well. Well, how dangerous South Africa is? This is actually dangerous, though. To say this is actually dangerous. What is happening in South Africa? How serious is things there? Well, this one came and says organized crime. Does that include government corruption? Maybe not. Some will say that this organized crime is in SA. What do you mean by that? That doesn't include government corruption, though. Come on, bro. Let's be serious here. There's some things that is seriously here. There's something wrong with South African society and needs serious security and interventions. Again, this one says South Africa's problem is that it diligently keeps statistics. Of course, they need to do, though. It's naturally good if the country have a serious security agencies and serious ministry for security. With this agent and nice statistics, South Africa should have been solved this whole situation by now. But guess what? They are still failing to do that, and I hope one day they get a serious person to lead those important sectors of the country. This one says, I'm curious to understand how we have all this information of how we rank, yet we have not caught any criminals. Something is very wrong. Very much wrong, my brother. And lastly, bosses are making it the most dangerous country in the Southern Africa. South Africa is a crime scene. Well, it's actually serious to see that, and I'm actually sad. Hopefully, a lot of things are getting into places, though, because that's actually sad. South Africa actually competes with countries like America, the Colombia, the Mexico. Bro, do you actually know how serious your country is to be compared with Colombia and Mexico in terms of homicide and crime rates? Come on, bro. South Africa needs a serious interventions, and I mean seriously and now. Very much important now. Thank you for your time, though.